bilo čudno pitati Iana Asburya i Billya Duffya jesu li tokom više desetljetne karijere znali živjeti takozvanim divljim rokerskim životom.
The wild lifestyle. What about it? What would you like to know? What would you like to know about the wild lifestyle?
Wild lifestyle.
You've lived it, right? You've lived it. I know nothing about the wild lifestyle.
Nowadays, it's more like the mild lifestyle.
I know that it's taken a lot of friends. The lifestyle has claimed a lot of good people over the years. Taken a lot of lives. Had the experience, gone through it. The most important aspect, sentiment, feeling, passion, is staying in the passion. Passion for performance, passion for creativity. That's the driving machinery for me, at least. Is to stay with it in the
I think
passion.
these days, to be honest, the wild rock and roll lifestyle is experienced by most people who aren't actually in rock and roll bands. Because the ones who experienced it are dead.
Yeah.
And the ones who've survived have found a way, is it good to be a middle-aged drunk? It's probably not a good look, or a drug addict. I mean, there are some still around, but not many, because you just need to you need to reinterpret what having fun means, or certainly in my case, and what I'm sure in Ian's, we all have our own way of reinterpreting, and we go through a journey with the music and the lifestyle, and maybe you don't want to do it for a while, then you realize you do like to do it, and eventually through a process I think you find some peace with like who you are, what you've done with your music and how you can live with that. You can't erase the past, we can't unrelease all our records, the ones we don't like, we can't take them back, people can't not listen to them, so you have to kind of embrace what you've done, the good and the bad, and if you're lucky you get to a place where you can go on and make performances and feel good about it still when you're, in your 50s,
Ne tako davno Ian Astbury živio je na Manhattanu, a sada živi u Los Angelesu. Otkud ta promjena mjesta prebivališta?
It's a great city for It's a great city for refugees. I emigrated when I was a kid, very young, so I was always displaced person. Always displaced, moving between Liverpool area and Glasgow area. My parents, Scottish and English, and then going to Canada, just always being a displaced person. And Los Angeles is a place full of displaced people. It's a city made of refugees from many different areas. And also, in many ways, Los Angeles is one of the most important cities for the new age, for the 21st century city. If you know about people like Aldous Huxley, or Christopher Isherwood, or Theosophy, the Vedanta, all these different groups, as well as cinema, which was a new form of art, all happened in Los Angeles. Timothy Leary, Los Angeles. It was at Berkeley, but he ended up in Los Angeles. The Doors. All of that, I think, led to Los Angeles. The climate, the desert, the ocean, the mountains, supernature. Now Los Angeles is becoming a really important cultural capital of America. Everybody's coming from New York to Los Angeles. Many companies are coming to Los Angeles. Saint Laurent decided to move their offices to Los Angeles when Hedi Slimane was there. We're getting the George Lucas museum. Star Wars. We're getting a museum for Star Wars. Who else has that in the world? There's a lot in that. So, yeah.
I think it's a city that doesn't impose itself on you. You can impose yourself on the city. I think a lot of people move to cities that were creative, and they feel that the city can make them something. And I don't necessarily feel. I think in Los Angeles, it's basically like a blank canvas. And I think you can make what you want of it. We didn't go there to make it. We'd already had success when we went there, and both of us just ended up finding it was a nice lifestyle. It wasn't like people tend to go to cities now thinking, oh, if I go to New York, that's going to make me, and that generally they don't really contribute. They take from the city's energy. It happens a lot in America with new cities like Austin, Portland, whatever's happening. And there's also economic migration. Nobody's immune to economics. So who can live in New York? It's a ridiculously expensive place. So there's a lot of that. We just find it neutral. It's easy, difficult to leave. That's another reason why I'm there. It's hard city to leave.
I tried a few times. I went to Canada for a year. I was in New York for a few years, but always came back to Los Angeles. Went back to England for a little bit, but London, which is a great city, but Los Angeles just drew me back.